Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials. Well, down at the field this morning, picking some more jars up for the rest of the honey, just to clear that out so I can clean up. Amazing how many wild flowers there are, so I thought I'd share some pictures with you by way of intro. So, just a quick update on the honey production. On the video yesterday, I said I got 12 of those 200ml jars, the little square ones on the left. But there was still a little bit left in the bucket. And sure enough, I got 2 of these 250ml jars out as well. And to be fair, there is still a bit of honey in amongst the wax scrapings that I took off the cells when I opened up the frames. So yeah, all in all, from those 6 small super frames, bargain, 12 of those small jars, 2 of the big ones, and if I'd been a little bit more careful or taken my time a bit more, perhaps another of the bigger jars, who knows. Anyway, I'm going to have a little play with the wax scrapings now, and see if I can get those put into tubs and in the oven to melt it down and hopefully get some beeswax produced. This is the wax scrapings off the frame. It's actually still sitting inside the mesh filter, and you can see there's quite a bit of honey still in the bottom of there. Some people actually eat this, and the video's not even up yet, but in conversations with people, loads where people were saying, oh, can I have some of that actual comb itself and pop some of that in a jar for me? So maybe I missed a trick there, I don't know. But what I really want this for is to make beeswax, so hopefully that's all drained out now. I'll pop it into some little plastic tubs, put it in the oven in a fairly low heat and just let it melt. And the idea is that the not so good bits, the sediment and rubbish for want of a better description, drops to the bottom of the tub and the wax forms across the top. Just not sure if these are deep enough or not. Might have to have a little think about that. But anyway, however we get on, I'll show you. It is going to be fun cleaning up this container though. Well, I just couldn't help myself when I was taking the wax scrapings and putting them into the dish to melt in the oven. I just took the opportunity to fill another jar with the actual comb and honey. So I could, in theory, have got another jar of honey if I wanted to filter the scrapings and the comb scrapings, but I didn't. Somebody asked me for a jar of comb, so they've got a jar of comb. The rest of the wax scrapings are now in the oven, busy melting down. Not quite sure how that's going to turn out, but I will let you know, as I always do, good or bad. So the scrapings were melted down in the plastic container in the oven, and then tipped out into these little silicone cake moulds. You can clearly see that these were the first ones, so you've got pure wax with a little bit of, I'm guessing that's honey, and then that's majority honey. This is all honey in here with just the slightest hint of wax. I'll pull the ones out that are worth pulling out and get rid of the rest, and I'll let you see what we've got. It's quite funny actually. I've ended up with 2 really. You got the full one, then a sort of 3/4 one, and then a 1/4 one. what you end up with in the bottom is actually honey in the bottom of the silicon, and the others, as you saw, are just full of honey. So interesting to see how much you get. I think the solution to this is to get some kind of large, well, I say large, a small square but a tall square cylinder, if that makes sense. And that way you'll get a single piece of beeswax rather than messing about like this with, you know, little bits and pieces here and there. But it's all a learning curve. I mean, that's quite a decent sized chunk. Those two could probably do with being melted together to form a second one, but as always, I'm learning as I go. So there we go. First beeswax out of the hive to go with the first honey out of the hive. Well, that's it for this video. I hope there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, I welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. Just feel free to leave them in the comments section below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.